Commitment 2024 tonight. Get ready to head to the ballot box.
Republicans will pick a candidate to take on Senator Elizabeth Warren in November. Polls open at 7 a.m.
Hey, everybody. It's Eri from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And what a day John has, and what a day the XRPL community has had. Well, we had it really all day in Asia. On this side of the world, we woke up to an announcement that was put out by Ripple. And I think most of the US and UK were sleeping. They're up now. I can see the comments coming in. They're a little bit, trying to catch up. And it was an announcement with 3 key points. The first one was AI and Metaverse tech company Futureverse is partnering with Ripple, and they're going to use their custody to securely custody their assets on the website. Futureverse has already adopted the XRPL NFT standard and uses XRP as a gas token on the root network and is integrated with the XRPL DEX to supply network liquidity. And then the next one talks about Ripple and the broader XRP community are committed to bringing a new programmability, including smart contracts, to the XRPL dev ecosystem in 2025. And through the XRPL EVM sidechain, which we know is already in the works, as well as, and here is the moment that you're waiting for, exploring native capabilities on the XRPL mainnet. So there's a pivot. There's a pivot. It's a big pivot. It's a huge pivot. It's a gigantic pivot. And then just to give notice to the third, because I think it's worth mentioning as well, that the Ripple's University Blockchain Research Initiative added Korea Yonsei University as their 58th global partner. Wow, 58 universities, amazing. That comes with 60 million in committed money, and they're going to drive a program for academic excellence and best-in-class research through the strategic support, technical resources, and grants. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. But let me get back to this expanding programmability on the XRP ledger. Yeah, for me, it really was the biggest news ever. And I'm talking about for the XRP ledger. Yeah, there was a channel out there that talked about how it wasn't the biggest news for them because they're already in the ecosystem of Stellar, and Stellar had their smart contracts go live in February. Congratulations to the Stellar chain. They have Sortabon now. That's a big deal. I was happy for all the XLM holders that occurred, but for the XRP ledger, this is something that I have wanted for years. And when I saw this portion of it, that the dual advancements in XRP ledger's programmability was going to be the approach, that gives even more choices for builders. Programmability on the XRP ledger will improve through 2 key developments: the introduction of native smart contract capabilities on the XRP ledger mainnet, which is currently in research phase. So have they been working on something and they didn't tell anyone? As well as the introduction of the XRPL EVM sidechain expected to go live in the coming months. That's, of course, was started with Persist, and that was going to be the bridge to the Cosmos ecosystem. But then it has morphed into Persist working with Axelar. They're going to go into not only that Cosmos ecosystem, but also going into the Ethereum ecosystem, which includes Solana. And the reason why I mention those two is because they have huge liquidity. And yes, XRP, whatever you might think, it does need more liquidity. And those 2 particular chains are probably some of the highest, next to Bitcoin being number 1 in the blockchain space. So that's all really important to be successful in maneuvering in this space as a builder and developer, and being part of a solution that uses blockchain. You need that liquidity. It was 10:44 when it started to sink in, and I have to be honest, even though I had so much to do that day, I was tempted to pop a pink sparkle. And by the afternoon, I was still excited, so I decided to host my first live space ever. And with the help of Crypto Queen, I did it. It was very enjoyable, not difficult at all, and was able to celebrate with 780 people in the community that are also happy about revisiting smart contracts on the XRPL mainnet. And with this native composability and the EVM sidechain, I want to tell you to prepare to focus on more than just the one big builder Ripple. There are going to be many new big builders. And yes, I do have my fingers crossed for hooks. In the space, I was lucky enough to have Faram Prat. He's the CEO of PeerSyst. He came in and gave his perspective of how he thought this was really great for the ecosystem as a whole. And also Scott Chamberlain came in. He is the lead for Evernode. Evernode is currently residing on Zahao. It was meant to reside on the XRP ledger, but once they abandoned the smart contracts, it found its home on Zahao. But this is fantastic news for Scott Hamilton and Evernode. And of course, all those questions were coming up. If it is the hooks smart contract solution, how are they going to do that? Are they going to bridge it? Are they going to merge it? Are they going to bring over a light version? Is it an iteration? Or if there is some other sort of smart contract in the works, what is going on? Because the announcement left us with a lot of questions. And if you're not understanding why this is such a big deal, well, it's been said for years, and here's just one tweet to give that example. Back in 2020, when David said that they were right that adding smart contracts makes the platform worse for payments, and that we were right that it would introduce fee instability, performance issues, and have lots of attack surface. So everyone pretty much gave up on the thought that there would ever be that composability. And then, of course, as David often does, he speaks on both sides of a coin at the same time. Sometimes he's hard to follow because you don't know exactly where he stands. But then he said, but obviously Ethereum was wildly successful and for good reason. So that in that sense, we were wrong. And he's talking about they being Ripple being wrong in not having the smart contract. So it's been a huge debate in the community. Yeah, big debate. I have always thought that if we had smart contracts, we would be able to attract a lot more talent, a lot more entrepreneurs, a lot more VCs, a lot more builders. It just is going to be a lot more competitive with the other chains that are out there. I know so many people that wanted to be in the XRPL ecosystem, but found themselves having to go to other chains because of the fact that their solution required a smart contract. And another famous tweet from Hugo at Flare, this was back in June 2023. He soon deleted this, but a lot of people screen captured it. So it lives on. The digital footprint is there forever. He said that this is going to piss a lot of people off, but XRP has zero utility until it is FXRP. And what he's talking about is the F assets. And I personally loved this tweet because I'm a big Flare fan. And I thought, bring it on. I want as much utility as possible for the digital asset XRP because I know at the end of the day, this is what drives supply and demand. And I was welcoming it. A lot of people were angry. In fact, some people say we'll never forget. Well, I hope we don't forget because F Assets is here, and F Assets is going to really bring some huge utility to the digital asset XRP, also to Doge and to Bitcoin. Hugo had another power tweet today. He said, smart contracts on XRPL would make XRP, those are the wrapped Flare versions of the digital asset XRP, even better. This would make it even easier for XRP to come and be used with all the other assets on Flare coming from other ecosystems, such as FBTC and bridged assets through Stargate. It's huge. Additionally, for use cases that don't require interoperability through Flare, then the Flare oracles could be used on XRPL in a way that they definitely can't today. Go Joel Katz, which of course is David Schwartz. That's his handle on the X platform. Wow, this is just fantastic. And then came the letter from Wietse. This was a big letter. It's really worth reading here because there's some very, very important parts. Dear Ripple developer community and the XRP ledger enthusiast. 4 years ago, XRPL Labs introduced the vision of hooks, a groundbreaking L1 smart contract solution for the XRP ledger mainnet. Despite initial skepticism and limited support, we persevered, transforming this concept into a fully fledged, battle-tested implementation. The journey hasn't been easy. We've navigated through political hurdles and pushbacks, remaining steadfast in our commitment to innovation. And as Ripple's own CTO David Schwartz acknowledged, this could be the most significant addition to the XRP ledger since inception. Our efforts, he continues, intended for the mainnet, culminated with the launch of Zahao, and hooks found their home at Zahao, offering a production environment, finally allowing builders to innovate with hooks. We designed and built hooks and poured in all our excitement, passion, and good faith we have. It would be a shame if we end up allowing only Zahao to reap the innovative benefits of their endeavor. It is, therefore, with mixed emotions that we read Ripple's recent blog post, seemingly embracing the concept of L1 smart contracts, the very idea we proposed and championed years ago. While we're glad to see the shift in perspective, we can't help but feel that the realization comes frustratingly late and at a cost for those who have been driving innovation in the ecosystem. The sudden change in opinion and narrative is surprising. 3 months ago, David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, shared a clear message at XRP Ledger Apex. The XRP Ledger mainnet was a fixed function ledger, and smart contracts belonged on other networks, such as the EVM sidechain and Zahao. Now, Ripple is committed to bring native smart contracts to XRP Ledger mainnet. It is hard to coherently and sustainably work towards a thriving ecosystem with such whimsical pivots by the organization consistently pushing for the direction of the core protocol. The lack of direct communication from Ripple's leadership about this pivotal change in stance and the reasons for it is disappointing. Learning about such a significant pivot through back channels rather than through open direct dialogue speaks volumes about the current state of collaboration within our ecosystem. Moreover, the suggestions of exploring alternative technologies or iterations of hooks without involving the very architects of the original implementation is both perplexing and concerning. It raises questions about Ripple's commitment to genuine community collaboration and respect for the contributions of the ecosystem developers. We now stand at a critical juncture. Ripple faces a clear choice: embrace and support the existing proven hooks technology on the mainnet or pursue a separate path that risks alienating dedicated developers and fracturing the ecosystem. The ball is firmly in Ripple's court. We await a comprehensive proposal that demonstrates a genuine commitment to supporting community-driven innovation, and this proposal should clearly outline how Ripple intends to leverage the years of development and real-world application that Hooks has undergone, rather than attempting to reinvent the wheel. XRPL Labs has invested years and resources into advancing the XRP Ledger ecosystem. We've demonstrated our commitment time and again. Now, Ripple's turn to show its dedication to the community that has long supported and advanced the XRP Ledger. The future of smart contracts on the XRP Ledger hangs in the balance. Ripple's next moves will definitively show whether it truly values ecosystem contributions or prefers a more centralized, corporate-driven approach to development. We remain hopeful that Ripple will make the right choice, one that respects the work of the community developers, leverages existing innovations, and strengthens the entire XRP Ledger ecosystem. The potential for greatness is there. It's up to Ripple to seize it. Sincerely, Wietse Wind, Director, XRPL Labs. Yeah, a long letter, a long open letter, but with a lot of points coming from really the heart of the team that worked so hard to develop, innovate, and perfect a smart contract, which had never been done before for the XRP Ledger. And I want to give a shout out to Noti. Yeah, I wasn't offended at all by his video. He was very apologetic, but I thought he was very professional, had some good backup proof of numbers and on-chain analytics to show that we are in catch-up mode for the XRP Ledger. And he's right, and I don't disagree at all. And that is one of the reasons why I was so happy to see the developments of smart contracts coming to the mainnet. I think that his title here, "Very Bad Ripple XRP News," I think it really didn't go hand in hand with what his message was in the video. I think what he was trying to say is that he isn't a Stellar fan, and rightly so, and for every reason that he points out, I can understand why he supports that chain very much. And all of his points were well taken. I left 3 different comments and said that it was a great video. And I don't disagree with anything he has said. I have been really wanting to have a place in the XRPL ecosystem that was compelling for builders. And I wanted to obviously be able to focus on more than just one big builder, which has recently, it's been Ripple. Let's face it. I mean, there are some projects that have done some great starts, and there's some that are growing, and yeah. But I mean, I'm really talking like I want to see some projects that are equal to what Ripple has done or is doing or on track to do, and it's got the technology, especially with smart contracts, to attract some major big VC money or backers or ideas or developers that can make this chain be famous, really famous for some projects that make the world a better place. I am one of those people that believe blockchain is going to make the world better. And I also believe that these decentralized ecosystems, as the XRPL is trying to achieve, especially for the DAO, I think the DAO is trying to happen, and it's a good thing because we want to be really embracing the Web3 goals, if you will, and that is to push the value out of the center into the fringes where all the participants have an economic chance to participate and not be selling their data and not having to be just passive participants that are being used. And I want to see that whole Web 2 model flipped on its head. So Nodi, don't feel bad. I think your points were well taken, and I agree with most everything you said. If you spend any time on X over the next 24 hours, I think you're going to see a ton of conversation on this subject. And I am going to try to take a little bit of a break with my friend Ali, who flew in from the Gold Coast of Australia today. She's going to spend some time in Tokyo. And yeah, welcome to Tokyo, Ali. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. And we're going to have a great time together for sure. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.